nozzle Black Widow here, and I'm super excited to announce that we are now carrying the big Sky Kydex Klickers. So these are a hunt-ready clicker. They come straight out of the package, ready to smack on your bow, and they're already silenced. These things make no noise. It's hard to even call them a clicker because they don't click. You actually feel it in the string once that clicker blade breaks. You'll feel it in the string. It doesn't make any noise. They're super lightweight. It is absolutely awesome. So coming with the clicker, you get the clicker, which is already set up and ready to go. The cordage on it's amazing. The adhesive on it is really good and it's safe. It comes with an extra blade, plus it comes with some serving to serve, above and below your string that goes through your bowstring. Now, going with these clickers, they are absolutely awesome. They're ready. I don't even know if my mic can pick that up. So just to show you guys the difference, I do have a traditional clicker over here. This is my brother's, and he does have it painted and wrapped in tape, so it's already pre-silenced. I'm gonna hold it about the same distance right here. Okay, so there's the set and the reset of that clicker. Now going from this one, so I just did that one 3 times as well. So super quiet. Like I said, this thing is ready to absolutely put on your bow and go. There's no pre-silencing that you need to do or anything. It is hunt ready. So installing these things is pretty simple. What we want to do is you want to make sure you're about 5 to 6 inches from where your string and limb last make contact. So when they come down, you just don't want to be into this deepest part of the curve of the limb. You don't want it to be there. So I've already got mine pre-marked and ready to get stuck on. So we'll show you guys how to install those and how to adjust them. All right, so going and putting these things on, I did forget to mention, these only weigh about 65 grains. So these things are incredibly light. They are handmade by Coby in Oklahoma. So he does a great job hand making every single one of these. But going to install those, so like I said, I already have my limb marked. I'm cheating just a little bit because I did have a clicker on this limb already. So I already have it pre-marked. Plus I already have serving on the string, knowing where I want those. So when you go to mark these from your strings, so the way I like to mark them is when I draw back on the bow, I want that clicker string to be pulled straight. I don't want it too low to where it's pulling down or too high to where it's really aggressive on the blade. You want to try to get it pretty flat. So we can go after that after installing that. So installing these is super simple. Like I said, I've already got my limb marked where the top of this clicker needs to go. So I'm just going to peel off this adhesive on the back. And I've already cleaned off this limb with some acetone and let it dry. So now I'm just going to go and line the top of that clicker up with my pencil mark there and try to get it in the center the best that I can. Move it over just a touch. Alright, so right there looks good. So I'm just going to press that on now. Press down the edges and everything. Looks to be pretty good. Alright, so now that's on. So now I actually need to separate the strands of my string and put the cordage through. So what I'm actually going to do is unstring the bow. So again, my string is already marked with my serving that I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the strands. If you've got 2 colors, you can separate the colors. If you got a solid color string, just make sure you count how many strands your string is and make sure you're doing it 50-50. And then I'm just going to stick the cordage through. And I'm actually just barely gonna stick it through. I'm gonna leave it long because I don't want my first draw to click at like a 20-inch draw and I can tear up my blade that way. All right, so now I've got it in. I'll pull a little bit more because I already know, I don't have that long of a draw. So I got some more to go, and I'll just, little by little, make sure I'm drawing it slow. So I got more to go. I also want to make sure that's up against that serving that I had already tied. Just draw a little bit more. So getting pretty close right there. So, okay, so we're getting real close. So I'll go ahead and put on my tab. And the way I like to set my clicker, personally, everyone does it different, but the way I like to do it is I like to where I can set in on my anchor point. So for me, I put this top finger behind my canine tooth. That way I know it's the same place every time. So I don't want my clicker going off when I hit my anchor. I want my clicker going off as I'm pulling through the shot for it then to click. So I know I can relax my hand and follow through. So that's how I'm gonna try to set this up. So there's my anchor. And that's about good. It's a touch short. I like to pull through a little bit more than that before I relax. And that's about good right there. So now I can cut and burn my slack off, but also, you know, where I marked this, like I said, when I draw, I want that string to be flat across there. So if I needed to make any adjustments now, like that's pretty flat right there. It's not pulling down or pulling up on the blade too bad. So from there, I've already, like I said, I've already made my serving on here, but at this point you could serve above and below it to keep that from sliding up and down. But again, that's that clicker, absolutely no noise. And when that breaks, you feel that vibration in your string. So super quiet. And I mean, it's there. And you just feel that in the string. So super cool. Again, an awesome hunt ready system to make sure you guys are drawing consistently. I like using one when I hunt, especially hunting out of a tree stand, those downward angles. It's real common for me to realize I'm short drawing a lot. So having that clicker on, make sure I'm pulling through the shot and I'm at the same draw length every time. So that is the new Big Sky Kydex Klickers.